In this video, we're going to figure out the wholesale price. We will calculate the markup, and then we will use the markup to come up with the retail price. First, we are told that the cost of the sled is $99.50, and then we are told that the markup on this will be 95%. Since the markup has not yet been calculated, this lets me know that the $99.50 is the wholesale price. So I'll start by typing in the wholesale price of $99.50. The wholesale price is the price when you buy in bulk. Next, we're going to calculate the markup. So I record 95%, and when you work with percents, I want you to ask 95% of what? So in this case, it's going to be 95% of the wholesale price. The wholesale price is that $99.50. So to calculate markup, we changed the of to multiplication. Of signifies multiplication in math problems. And then we also need to change the 95% to a decimal. You cannot multiply when it's in percent form. You have to change the percent to a decimal. So I'm going to come over here to the side and I'll write 95%. Step 1 is to get rid of the percent sign. Then I need to record where the decimal is located. The decimal is located on the far right. Remember, 95 is the same as 95.0, so there's actually always a decimal here on the right side. Once I've located the decimal, to change the percent to a decimal, you divide by 100, which essentially moves the decimal 2 places to the left. So 95% as a decimal is 0.95. Then we multiply 0.95 times $99.50, and you're allowed to use your calculator today. So I'm going to type into the calculator 0.95 times $99.50. And I get $94, and well, we'll have to round that. So 94.525. Let me write that down for now. 94.525. When it comes to money, we only use 2 decimal places. So we're going to need to round. To round, you use the number, the decimal place just behind the number that you're rounding to. So if we're rounding to the hundreds place, which is what you round to with money, we're going to use the number that is in the thousandths place. So does the 5 make the 2 move up to a 3, or does it stay a 2? So these are the 2 options. It's either going to increase in price to $94.53, or it will stay $94.52. Now that's a little hard to see. Let me fix that. So here's the little rhyme that I've heard teachers use in elementary school. If this number is a 4 or less, you let it rest at the 94.52. If this number is a 5 or more, you let it soar. So in this case, we would let it soar up to $94.53. Notice that the tens place will either stay the same or go up by 1. Those are the only 2 options. So the markup is $94.53. Let me type that over here. So I'm putting it in our chart over here. The markup was, oh, I forgot to move to the text box. The markup was $94.53. The markup is almost the same price as the wholesale price. It's a little bit less than the wholesale price. If the markup were 100% of the wholesale price, then the markup would be $99.50. But 95% of the wholesale price is just a little bit less than 100%. That's why we rest at $94.53 for the markup. Let me center that, and then we'll calculate the retail price. To calculate the retail price, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show that you add the wholesale price and the markup to get the retail price. Now, you may use a calculator for this. I'm going to go ahead and do this by hand. 0 plus 3 gives me 3. 5 and 5 gives me 10. I carry the 1, and I bring down that decimal. 9 and 4 makes 13, plus 1 more gives me 15. I carry the 1. 9 and 9 is 18, plus 1 more gives me 19. So the retail price is $195.03. I don't like how that looks, so I'm just going to rewrite it. $195.03. And then I'll center it. So in review, we were given the wholesale price was $99.50. We calculated the markup. Then we added the markup to the wholesale price to get the retail price. The retail price is the price you would see in a store. So the company, when they bought the sleds in bulk, bought the sleds for $99.50 each. And they marked it up, and they're going to sell it to you for $195.03 per sled. So this is the price you would see on the price tag in the store. That is the retail price.